Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. I am Sherrilyn. I'm so glad you found me. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. It means the world to me. I love and I appreciate you so much. So today I had a plan for today's video. And then I had a couple comments asking me to do like a little tattoo tour. I thought that was really cute and now I switched it up and that's what I'm going to do instead. Also, shout out to my daughter Haley who suggested that I do this like foxy cat eye, what is it called, Lele? Fox eye trend today, and I'm liking it. I don't know if you guys want to have like a tutorial. I didn't film it, but I guess I could if you guys wanted to. So let me know in the comments if this is something you want to learn. It still feels like a little bit natch to me, but like also foxy. Okay, so tattoos. I don't even know where to start. So I guess we're gonna start at the beginning and then maybe I'll insert like little clips of what they are because some of them are covered on my body so you can't like see them as I'm talking. So I'll talk about them and then show little clips of what they look like. So the first tattoo I ever got was an ankle tattoo. I got it right after my oldest daughter was born and it was like it's already covered up. I think I covered up like 8 weeks after I got it because it was that horribly done that I like the second I left, I was like, I can't believe this was my first tattoo. This has got to go. Basically, it was like a symbol. I wish I had a picture. I don't. But it was a symbol for like love, life, and loyalty. And I'll try to find a photo of like kind of what I wanted. And then I went to the guy and he was one of my mom's friends who was like starting a tattoo shop. And I'm quite sure I was probably like one of his first subjects. So I was like, I really like to get this tattoo. It was like black and kind of looked a little tribal-y. So I was like, if we could incorporate like a little bit of colors, I don't know, maybe some blues and purples that kind of faded into a pink, something like that. That's like the line that I want to go for. So he's like, yeah, sure. Slaps the tattoo stencil on me and then just starts coloring. And basically the incorporation of blue, purples, and pinks was just a strip of blue, a strip of purple, and a strip of pink that didn't blend or fade into it. It was so horrible. I left. I wanted to cry. I literally got it covered up about 8 weeks later. And you'd think, you know, like, oh, okay, perfect, Sherrilyn. I bet it's something fabulous. Well, you're wrong. Because I decided to go and get it covered up and I went with my sister-in-law and we went to a trailer park. In a trailer park by a dude named Dale, and my cover-up is like a little floral arrangement, and I'm assuming the ink was from like, I don't know, maybe he made it himself or something because it's so faded over time. And this tattoo in particular, if I'm in the sun for too long, it starts to like bubble and burn. So there's definitely something in there that probably shouldn't be in human skin, but that's just, I guess, kind of what I deserve. And again, you'd think I learned my lesson, like, okay, you know, we all make mistakes. But I went back to Dale and then I got my next tattoo, which was a orchid all down my rib cage. And my best friend and I went and got those. She got a nice cute little one on the back of her shoulder and I got this like massive thing on my rib cage, which hurt so bad. I want it covered up so bad, but it was easier to give birth. And my first birth story is like, I was in labor for 48 hours. Everything that probably could have gone wrong went wrong, and I would still do that than getting my ribs tattooed again. So I'm probably going to be stuck with the orchids from Dale on my ribs for the rest of my life. What's next? Oh yeah, underneath the orchids from Dale, I have a little quote that me and my best friend also got together again. The quote says, "Blood is thicker than water. Well, that may be true. Where blood does not bind us, respect, love, and trust do." Both of ours over time, we got it so young, it's like quite faded in together and can't really make out what it's saying. But I mean, the sentiment was there and I probably will never want to like cover it up because it means so much to me. I think that was like the next one after the orchids. Then what did we do? Oh God. As I'm replaying these just like get worse and worse. So the next one, it's covered up now. It was on my wrist and it was just right here. And it says my oldest daughter's name. It said Haley. I got this done at a hair salon. my life. So yeah, I went and got this at a hair salon, and the gentleman who was doing this, you know, as I'm trying to like make small chat with him, he was like, yeah, like you're one of my firsts. And I'm like, perfect. And then he, you know, gets to chit-chatting and starts telling me that he's like learned most of his skill in jail, and he just like got released, and like this is like his first job out. So that was great. You know what? And I'm not judging. I probably would have kept it. It would have been great. But I was pretty young at the time, so I was like, oh, I'd really like to have it, you know, like handwritten. Actually, my inspo from it was Victoria Beckham. I don't know if she still has it, but she had, I think, probably like David Beckham's or one of their kids' names, just like nicely handwritten right here on the wrist. And I was like, you know, I'd like it handwritten. So like this dude just like hand writes it out and puts it on, and instead of saying, no sir, that's not what I'd like, I was like, yeah, that's great, okay, and I just let him do it. I don't know if the one on my back, I think it was done the same day by the same gentleman. That one's a little bit better because that one did come off like a font, so I mean, like, he did okay, like following the lines. That one says daddy's girl. I think I did both of those at the same day at the hair salon. It gets better from here, kind of. I think I ended up getting this one, which was Believe. I don't know, I still really like this one. I had gone back to this tattoo artist to like fill out more of the sleeve portion, and he didn't even remember he did this because it had been like quite a few years prior, and he wanted to cover it up, and I was like, no, I really like that. But for a long time, this was like all that was on this arm, and I just thought it was so cute, and just, I don't know, I love it. There's no really special meaning behind it. I just really liked the font and the writing and everything, and I wanted something like right here, like on my wrist. So is this a wrist? What is this? I don't know. Whatever this is right here. Wrist/forearm. Okay, and then after that, like, don't judge me, guys. I know a lot of people have done this, so like I'm not the only one. I ended up getting a like boyfriend at the time's name on my body. We won't like show it or whatever because there's like no reason to. Plus it's in the stages of getting removed, so yeah. The story behind that though is, so when I was getting it done, the lady at the tattoo shop, she was just like, you know, are you sure you want to do this? You know, sometimes, you know, people think this is like a curse and it can ruin your relationship. And I want to get it all out there. Are you sure this is permanent? Yada, yada, yada. And I was with one of my best friends at the time, and she was going to get her husband's initials. So like, that's all like great. They were married, but I wasn't. And I had no intention of being married. And she was just, you know, like, are you sure? Because this is permanent. And I was like, oh, we're not going to end up together. This is not the guy for me. I already knew I wasn't going to be with him for much longer, but it was around Valentine's Day. And that was like going to be like my Valentine's Day gift, because I didn't really want to spend money on him and get him something. So I was like, I'm just going to get myself a tattoo of his name. So yeah, obviously I thought it through because I knew I wasn't going to be with him, told her that, and she was just like, okay, so we're still sure. And I was like, yeah, go for it. This was like, I think this was pre like pharmaceutical medication to like help balance things out for me. This is the stuff I kind of like did on impulse. Didn't really think about things in like a more logical sense. It was just like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to be together. Fuck that guy. Do it anyways. The whole removal process for that has just been interesting though, because I know how to do saline tattoo removal, so I don't want it to like scar too bad and then really be permanent. So I'm trying to gently like remove it with saline. The first couple times it lightened pretty well, and then now I kind of feel like I've got it like light enough where like one rip on it with a laser will be fine. I'll let you guys know how that goes if you have any that you need to get rid of. Yeah. So yeah, that was the tattoo after that. Fuck. Whose idea was this video again? Okay, and then after that we did, I think that then we did the wrist cover up. And so I still wanted to keep Haley's name, so we did the rose to cover it up. And then, so it says Haley there, and then like that's, you know, obviously handwriting from like a font that should have been done in the first place, but I didn't speak up. And then at this point, I think I started working on my sleeves. So the same guy who did this started working on my sleeve, which obviously is not done. We have like a lot of work left to do. So most of like my tattoos on my sleeve have meaning. This obviously to represent my daughter and I, the little mama and baby. I'm not really happy with the baby. I think it needs to definitely get some love in somewhere else. I feel like it looks like has like a little bit of like a mangled weird little noggin and then this like tight little like scrunchy uppy face. Yeah, so we might work on that. Then I got, I'm going to show the clip. So then we have the praying hands. And for this one, I wanted like a really like bougie blingy ring and, you know, like the long funky nails. But he wasn't wanting to, I don't know, like venture out and do anything out there and cool. I think he wanted it to be like more realistic. And again, because I didn't have a backbone or anything like that, I just kind of like went with it. So now I'm stuck with like traditional band that is actually at the knuckle and these rounded like almond nails, which I'm glad they kind of came in at this point, but at the time they weren't trendy. And then we've got the rosary that's supposed to have the rosary and that's missing. I don't know what happened with it. Oh yeah, I'm really regretting doing this, you guys. Okay, so then I have a staircase coming up here. This just kind of, I know it goes to my armpits, so that's not really sentimental, but in my mind it was, you know, like a staircase like leading up to the clouds. And this just kind of represents family and a really close friend of mine who was taken from us way, way too soon. So this kind of just represents like, you know, like family members who have ascended. And then with this weird dove, I guess it's kind of, again, it's got this like dark tail and then it's very softly shaded and not outlined. It's just, there's lots out of place here. But this one I had asked, so as I was working on it, I was kind of like asking family members, what would you guys want to like represent you? Because I kind of want this to be about, you know, like family and love and people I care about. And so I had asked my mom and she was like, I want it to be the blank space. I don't want anything. And so I asked my sister, you know, what do you think? So she was like, oh, well, you should get 3 birds or something like that. We're just like these independent women. We're this little like flock. So that's again kind of the idea that I presented, and so like he didn't really like that idea. He just wanted to do like one single bird and then it came out looking kind of like a turkey, kind of like a dove. So that's that one. So that's supposed to represent me, my mom, and my sister. And then what did we do? Oh yes, okay. Then we went to the other tattoo artist who was the one who originally did this, and he did this anchor here. The anchor I had originally just wanted as represents my dad because he's, you know, like that strong, keeps me in line. Then I was like, he's not like a nautical dude at all. Then I thought, okay, well, we'll just switch it to family in general because, you know, like I think I have a really close, tight-knit family and we all as a whole like an anchor unit in our awkward little dysfunctional family way. So that's kind of how that's evolved over time. Then I ended up getting this little compass that represents my other sister, and that's because she's always just like had this, you know, like wanderlust in her. She's got this travel bug, doesn't want to like, sit or be confined to Edmonton and that be it for her life, and wanted to explore, and a lot of it she's done completely on her own. So this was to just represent her and all of her journeys. That one I got what I wanted. I think the same guy, he ended up doing this like little crown. So this one is for my baby sister, and I just wanted, again, this was not the kind of crown that I wanted. Nothing is what I wanted. I should probably just like laser it all off and either give up or start again. Anyways, I do think it's cute and it's grown on me, but I'd like to like get more on my hand anyways and just grow off of it so we could make adjustments. But regardless, this is to represent my baby sister. Her name is Grace. I call her Grace Kelly, the princess. So I wanted to kind of get like a little crown to represent, you know, the princess aspect of my nickname for her. And then this little wolf here, this little lone wolf guy, he represents my brother and my dad. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, the anchor. Don't know what I was thinking. This is totally for my brother and my dad. My brother had picked it. That's the one that he wanted. And then I was like, they're so similar in like their personalities and stuff. So it represents both of them. They're more introverted. I guess I am too, but them a little bit more so. And strong leaders though as well. They kind of command respect, but they're just very introverted. So this one, I got what I needed there. I hope to you know, fill all of this in. Since I've kind of taken a break, I've had my other daughter and I don't really have anything to represent her. So I've got to like try to see. I think I was wanting to fill in here with hers and my husband and my daughters and my like horoscope sign kind of like being in the stars or something like that. That's kind of like how I'm thinking of filling that in, but I'm not sure which direction I'm going yet. And I don't want to give you guys the finger. And then I've got this little crown here. This one was, I think, like a Christmas gift or something. What a part of like a Christmas present from my husband when we were just dating. So I ended up wanting like a little crown. I want like a lot more like little finger tattoos, but this was the starter one. This one hurt a lot more than I thought that it was gonna hurt, but it didn't take very long, so we were totally okay. But with this little one, I always wanted like a little crown there. And then when I got it done, as my husband, well, like boyfriend at the time, were looking at it, we realized he had a king crown right there too in that spot. He's got like all of his fingers up, but anyways, the same finger that I chose, he had a crown too. So that ended up actually working quite cute for us in the end, but it could have been like a little bit of an awkward situation, and I'm sure it kind of made me look like a stalker. But I didn't know that like that was there at the time. It was like as we left, I was like, oh fuck, that's a little bit weird. Okay, and then I think this is the last one, and this one is probably one of my absolute favorites. This is the last tattoo that I got, and this was in Dublin with my husband when we went on our little mini Europe tour vacation last year together. And so it just kind of represents each stop that we did. So this one right here, obviously like the little phone booth, that was when we went to London. The little bagpipes there, that was for Scotland. The Guinness here, this was for Dublin. And then this here, a lot of people don't know what it is, but it's just an outline of the bow of the Titanic. And that was for Belfast because he surprised me and we went to Belfast so that we could go to the Titanic Hotel. I am such a huge Titanic buff. I'm obsessed, not just with the movie, but like of the history, like of the actual ship. And so that was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. We got to like walk on the actual shipyard and walk on the tracks that the Titanic was built on. It's all still there, and it was just such a surreal experience. I can't wait to go back one day. Like, so if you ever get a chance to go to Belfast, if you are a Titanic fan, you will not be disappointed whatsoever. You have to go and see the Titanic Hotel at Belfast. So yeah, that was the last one. And then like obviously like I have my eyebrows tattooed, but like I don't feel like that's like a tattoo or counts. But I think that's it, you guys. I think that's it for the tour. Other than like future plans, I think like we're just gonna like keep building on our little souvenir tattoos and places that we go. I do want to finish the sleeve, and I'm also on the fence about doing the other arm. I don't know if I want to keep it completely bare and then just like leave this, like kind of have all this one. But I also have like an idea of wanting to have like an old Hollywood sleeve, but I would need an insane artist to do that who can just really nail portraits, because it's not something I want to compromise with. Like I already have, like it would need to be done so right. So that's where I'm kind of like, if it's the right person and it can be done to perfection, it's something I would do in the future. But as of right now, like I'm okay with just filling this up and just being fine with it. I actually don't even realize that I have tattoos most of the time until somebody points them out. And then so that's why I never even thought to do a video like this, because I kind of just like forget that I have them. So that was really cute and fun. Thank you guys so much for that suggestion. Who was the OG suggestioner here? I want to do a proper shout out. Well, there was actually like kind of like two people who brought it up. So the first was Melissa Kate. She wanted to know if I had a story for each one. And then I had Rhonda ask me, as well as, I want to pronounce it right, I'm so sorry if I don't, Syretta. I never like to butcher names because like it happens with mine all the time. Like growing up, everybody called me Sherrilyn and it drives me crazy. So it's like, I don't ever want to mess that up. So I'm really sorry if it's Syretta, I love you, thank you. And then Amanda too, supporting the whole idea of the tattoo video. So thank you ladies so much for being interested and wanting to know. I hope you learned a little bit more about me through this story. I'm sure we're a little bit closer now, and I'm perfectly okay with that. All right, you guys, I think that's it for today. I know some of you have also asked me to do a Q&A, and I've been kind of waiting to do it until I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I'm like crossing my fingers. I think it's gonna happen next week. So I'm wanting to line that up for next Saturday's video. Again, thank you guys so freaking much. Like obviously without you guys, like I could never ever do this. So thank you for anybody who has shared this on your personal pages or told your friends or family or given me those likes and those comments and just like really boosted my page for me. I freaking love and I appreciate you guys so much. I know who you are, and even if I'm expecting somebody who I know usually comments and it's like a day or two, I'm like, oh my god, like do they still love me? I know who you are. I appreciate you guys so much. I see you guys in the comments. So yeah, getting back to next week's video, I had some people ask if I could do a Q&A. I do want to do it for next week. So if you guys could leave me some questions in the comments that I can read and go off of, I would really greatly appreciate that. If there's anything that you're curious about, obviously we know I'm an open book. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about and your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, I'll go through those this week, you guys, and I'm hoping to be able to do that one for Saturday so that I can announce that we finally did it and we got to 1,000 subs and that we're going places, baby. All right, you guys, that is it for me today. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means the world to me. I love and I appreciate you so much. I will see you on Wednesday for True Crime Wine Wednesday. I will miss you guys until then. So stay safe, love each other, love yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.